Why would I pay $100 per cleaning with someone that's just coming to come and do rubber shine? You don't have time for that. What do you think this is? This is not a joke. My incoming interns, residents, come to the front. Come to the front. Come to the front. I spend the night making this list for you guys for things that I wish I knew before starting residency. And you know me, I'm not going to be on here lying and trying to sugarcoat it. I'm going to give you the nitty-gritty so you can do your own math and make it make sense for you. Moving to a new state. You know, I moved from Indiana to Dallas for residency. It is 14 to 18 hours drive. If you are experiencing something similar, you got to do the math. Like, does it make sense for me to take all of my belongings to that state financially? Or should I sell it and go ahead and refurnish in that state? Moving from Dallas to Texas cost me more than $3,000. It was very close to $7,000 with a moving company. First of all, I've never driven a truck. I didn't want to have to drive a U-Haul all the way to Texas. I just wanted to get there. All I need to do is unpack, relax, settle in. I actually picked up a nursing job for this exact purpose. However, I did not anticipate it would be $7,000. I really thought it was going to be a good, $3,000 to $5,000, give or take. I was shocked at the price. And they're charging me per cubic feet with everything I have. The pros about moving my things was when I got here, I was able to just dive into it, unpack, settled. I wasn't out here trying to furnish a whole place. I had co-workers I was sleeping on an air mattress for weeks and months before finally getting a bed that they liked. What furniture was getting delivered while being in the ICU. So that was not me. I was very well settled. I had my bed, I had my mattress, everything. The only thing I picked up was I'm in a new space. Obviously, it doesn't exactly match my space in Indiana, so I'm going to decorate according to this new space. I picked up a new mirror, like this cone light by the side of my bed that I found on Facebook Marketplace. Those little things, but I wasn't fully furnishing. So that took off a load of stress. But the con of that is spending that $7,000, thinking about it now, I could have just sold my thing, bought everything back. I don't think it will still get up to that $7,000. In hindsight, I don't know, man. Still feel like I would have saved more. But in order for me to have done that successfully, as soon as graduation hit, I'll have to move to Dallas in May, try to furnish my apartment, have the whole month of May and June to furnish my apartment, and then start residency in July. Because most programs have you do orientation, which is just hospital policies, your insurance, and benefits, learning about the hospital basically, right? For me, it started on June 16th. I wanted to be settled in by June 16th. I didn't want to start on the floor July 1st and I'm running up and down trying to find a bed, find a couch, what? So if the money is there, that's something to consider. If the money is not there, another option you could do is find people on Craigslist that can help you load those things in your truck and then you drive it to your state and then find people in that state to help you unload them. Sorry, somebody's passing and I'm trying to lock my car. And I know a couple people that did that. It was successful. I just didn't want to do that. I just did not want to stress myself in that way. 18 hours is a long time and it's a long ride. So I was not having it. That option cost give or take less than $3,000. Gas, getting the truck, especially if you catch the truck during a deal. Another option that somebody told me when I was considering moving was doing pods. I considered that, but when I did the math, it was kind of almost the same as just getting movers. Because when I was interviewing different movers, this guy gave me $3,000 price, right? At first. So I'm like, okay, this is still. When I did the pod math, it was coming down to that $3,000 still, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to do pods. Why would I waste my time doing pods when I can just get someone to load my things into the truck and drive it? Was I wrong? Absolutely. Turned out to be. That $3,000 price is just their starting price. When they actually came and saw what I had and did the square footage, blah, 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 that's when my price was going up to almost $7,000. Now, the fact that they took my things doesn't mean my things got there on time. Because I didn't hire a whole truck by myself. So I'm shipping my things with other people's stuff in it. They have a demarcation for each person's stuff. So your stuff doesn't miss. Stuff is safe, kind of a thing. But that means that when they are driving down, there are routes they have to follow to get to you. So I was told that my things were going to get to me give or take 2 weeks, right? My things got to me in 3 weeks' time. Picked up my stuff from Indiana, then they went to Ohio, picked up somebody else's stuff from Ohio, went to somewhere else, then went back to Maryland. That's where the company originally is from. And then now how to create a route to drive to Texas, and it has to make sense. So when they're driving to Texas, what states can they stop in until they get to Dallas? I know they went to Arkansas, Houston, posting before they came to me. I was the last person that they dropped off. So those are the kind of things that they do that I was not aware of. If you want things to be there when you want it to be there, I feel like you have to be in control of it. And the best way to be in control of it is option 2. Getting a U-Haul, loading the truck, and finding somebody to drive it with you, or you driving it yourself, whatever the case may be, and take you to where you're going. I shipped my car from Indiana to Dallas, and it cost me, I think, $650. That one was pretty straightforward. The guy told me my car was going to get there 2 days later. The car got there 2 days later because they have rules and regulation about how long they can drive for. They have to take rest. I loaded my car up. We'll tell you, oh, don't load your car up too heavy. Honey, just load your car up. I loaded my car up well, and he didn't have any issues. I don't know if you're like me, a maintenance girly. I need the things that I need. Everything is important. My nails are important. My lashes are important. You know, I gotta get my wax. I don't know what to tell you. I remember when I used to be fat, almost my 300 pounds. The kind of privileges and the kind of people that want to be my friends now, I promise you, if I was still that fat and was not doing maintenance, well, I'll be wearing like crop cap to walk. I doubt that they will want to be my friends now. As a physician that looks like me, you do have to play the game. You don't have the luxury of being white, unless your privilege is going to cover you. So your appearance does matter and says a lot about you from day one. So I do make an effort. I keep telling people this. I didn't have this epiphany when I turned 30. I had this epiphany in 2023 when I decided, like, I don't know what it was. There's no reason for me to not invest in my appearance. Like, it just opens doors. People talk to you better. People treat you better. You smell good. You look good. You carry yourself well. You know when you dress up, how do you walk? You walk with that part on your shoulder now, Abi. So that's the same way, like, if you constantly invest in yourself, doing stuff that make you feel better, doing stuff that help you look good. I'm not saying go do cosmetic surgery. I'm saying do basic maintenance. So that brings me to my maintenance piece. I always have to have my head on. Now, hair in Dallas costs anywhere from $250 to $350 to $500, depending on if you are doing braid sewing. There are people that are charging $500 for sewing. There are people charging $1,000 for some braids. Okay, now braids take time. I ain't even gonna hold you. Charge your word or whatever. But $1,000 for some braids that I'm gonna carry for only 4 weeks is diabolical. I'm not doing all that. When I got to Dallas, very important for me to find affordable people that I can use, so that way my maintenance is always done on time. My suggestion would be checking Facebook Marketplace. There are always people that go to beauty school that just came out and are launching their business. Their prices are usually way reasonable than those ones that have 10 years of experience and now finally is doing one celebrity's hair and makeup. Now they have to charge $1,000. They do a decent job. So definitely tap into Facebook Marketplace when it comes to your nails, your hair, your lashes, getting your wax. For my wax, I use Groupon, because prices are reasonable, but doing the budgeting of it with everything else I have to do is just not something I can afford to pay full price. Brazilian wax ranges from $65 to $75, depending on who you go to and where. At some point, I'm going to have the money to afford paying full price, but right now, I'm being reasonable. I can't, but I also need what I need. Secondly, word of mouth. You see a hair that you like on somebody, ask them, hey, where'd you get your hair done? Sometimes people know people that are now big on Instagram, that are now big on TikTok. Regular people just doing hair at home. This hair was $125, and the only reason I found out about it is because I asked a girl at work. This girl's always having a new hair. I had to ask her, Auntie, how are you able to always have a new hairdo every week? How are you affording this lifestyle? That's when she put me on this woman that has a salon. I'm one of the people that get my hair done every 3 weeks now, because our sewing is $100. There's $125. My stitch braid, $85. I can actually afford this. And then I have another braiding girl that charges $180 for tiny boho knotless braid. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to the big names. My hair didn't cut. She treated my hair well, lasted me a while before I went to Nigeria. When I came back from Nigeria, she did another hair for me. I paid $100. Found somebody now that does lashes for $65. Meanwhile, there are people in these Dallas on Instagram doing lashes for $200, $300. How? Maintenance is important to you like me. Word of mouth, check Facebook, check Instagram. And look for people that have just regular followers, not 1 million followers. Regular people. Number 4 will be automate some things. In residency, you don't have time to remember every nitty-gritty that you're supposed to be doing. So if you can automate things that has to do with home front, that takes a load off. When I say that, I'm saying rent. Do the math. How much do I need to set aside every 2 weeks to be able to pay rent on the first of the month? put that in a separate account automatically. From your paycheck, it goes to 2 different accounts, and then sync the account straight with your rental portal so that you can get charged on the first of each month, and you don't have to keep remembering to pay rent. You're barely sleeping, you're barely eating. You don't have time for that. Me, I don't enjoy grocery shopping. If you are like me, Instacart, Walmart pickup, Walmart delivery will be your best friend. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you need a cleaning lady. I decided I needed maintenance more than I needed a cleaning lady. You're not making much, and if you're not getting assistance from your parents or your husband, you technically cannot afford all these maintenance things I listed, and then a cleaning lady, and then still afford to eat and buy gas, pay car insurance and pay health insurance, all those things, except you have in a program where health insurance is free like mine, then you're doing good. Why would I pay $100 per cleaning for someone that is just coming to come and do rub and shine in my house? They will now do dock on your tissue paper. That's it. Don't get me wrong, some cleaning ladies, they are on it. When my friend told me about one of our cleaning lady, she was on it. She cleaned like it's her own house. But most of them are just doing rub and shine. 45 minutes, they are done. I'm also a very clean person at baseline. I keep my own house very tidy. I clean as I go. Because in residency, there's no special time to clean. There's no, I'm going to leave the dishes first. The day I leave work early, I'm going to wash them. That day, you will not leave work early. So that extra 5 minutes to wash those dishes, just wash it. I got into the habit of using my dishwasher. Hey, if I'm eating here and there, I might just wash it by hand and call it a day. But if I cook, dishwasher it is. Every single thing is being placed in the dishwasher. I'm not playing no games. The other thing is, if I'm off on Saturday, I don't want to spend my entire day cooking, cleaning, all those things. When I come home on Friday, even though I'm tired, I will at least do one task, which is putting my things in the laundry. I'm going to shower and doom scroll anyway or watch TV. At least my clothes will be watching the dryer, so that one's one less thing I have to think about the next day when I'm off. The next day, when I wake up, the first thing I'm going to do is iron my uniform. Because one thing that I think when I see you out here wearing rumpled clothes in America is that you have low IQ. And if that's the week I'm supposed to wash bathroom, I wash the bathroom, then shower. That's it. That's for the day done. Now for food, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. I don't think you have time to cook. Depending on if you're a surgery resident versus internal medicine, and depending on what kind of food you're making. Because if I'm thinking from my type of food as a Nigerian, those food take a while. Okay? It's not something about to rush and cook and get it done. It's possible to find someone that cooks like pounds of food for you at a reasonable price. Do that. Again, you can find them on Facebook Marketplace. Trust me, everything is on Facebook Marketplace. And using word of mouth. That will save you on light bill. Craving something specific and you're on elective month, you have more downtime. Sure, cook it. But in your serious months, maybe you're on ICU, you know, those kind of months where you don't even have breathing space. All you are doing is waking up and going to work, waking up and going to go. Find someone to cook for you. That money you want to pay someone to clean for you, use it and find someone to cook for you. If you are in a program that gives you money for food, that's great, because then you can get breakfast at work, and then all you have to worry about is dinner. That's what I do in the morning. I get 4 eggs and 2 bacon. Breakfast is already taken care of. Lunch, they provide us lunch at noon conference, and then most times I'm on the diet anyway, so I'm not even eating 3 square meals. I'm only eating 2 because I'm trying to like watch what I eat and trying to lose some weight. I say all that to say you don't have time to be doing one kind of cooking culinary class. If you are in OBGYN, you might as well just give that up. Give that up. Go OBGYN is crazy. But we need them. They're very much needed. And we need more black OBGYN. It's just a crazy specialty, you know? Now, in the topic of looking good and feeling your best, I have a ton of very nice scrubs. And people think I spent my money buying them.
Never gave up, motherfucker. I'm a drinking till I'm stuck.
Family, they wanted to give me gifts for graduating, so I created a wish list on Desire. If you want me to let you know how to use this website, I can create a different video for that. People go there, they reserve what they're going to buy, and it takes it off the list automatically, so someone else is not buying you the same thing. It's different from sending your wish list through Notepad. 2 people can buy you the same thing. You never know. This one is in real time, and you can put an extension on your browser that attaches to everything you like. You can click on it and be like, okay, I like this, add it to my wish list. That's how I got my work shoes. That's how I got my scrubs. My friends bought me a ton of scrubs, bought me compression stockings, because I was like, I need to look good in residency. I'm already going to be there 6-7 days a week. I'm not of the opinion that, oh, I'm just here to work. I don't care about looking good. I was that way when I was in North, but now, absolutely not. You're going to see me 7 days a week, and I'm going to be looking my best. That's just that. I will come back to this video because I got to go pick my friend up. All right, bye.